Welcome back everyone to another episode of Timberborn. I'm Andrea Dev, and if you're new here and enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It does help a lot. So, we left the last episode, which was mainly dedicated to finish our new lakeside view district kind of area and starting build the floating storage point. So, we now have part of it done. I start to store carrots and bread, which is the things that we are currently producing. I'm happy with how this look like at the moment, and I would love to expand on this kind of concept. Now, the problem is that we can't really produce everything very fast because, as you can see, we have not a lot of metal blocks. I mean, like, we have some in storage, but I don't think we're going to be able to cover all of these because this requires a lot of metal blocks. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, I think that probably it's plank. It's what's holding us back. Now, I did start to place carrots and bread, but I removed this connection because I didn't want them to start store items in here. But you know what? Our storage are they look kind of full, and I think that would be a great moment right now for us to actually start to have more storage. So I'll continue with this and I'll give them the storage, and that's gonna be even useful, so they're gonna be able to reach this side. So hopefully that's gonna be done quick and fast. Now, what are we gonna do today? Well, today is going to be dedicated to, yes, finish the storage. We're going to let it run. But other than that, I would love to kind of start and get something going on with our bot. And to do that, we need tons of science. So at the moment, we have 5,109 science point, whatever it is, science, and I need in total, I think, 3,000, so we should be good to go for us for unlocking refinery, bot part, and bot assembler. Let's give it a go. Bush, there you go, bot's part has been unlocked, and we even have the factory and assembler. So now, the problem when you produce bot, it's mainly that you not only have to, assemble it, produce them and whatnot, but you need to fuel them as well. And one point that at the moment we are quite low, it's that the food, it's okay for our population. If we're gonna start to use a lot of recipes, so you can see in here that some of the recipe that we have, it's with carrots, potato, and spudder dog. Definitely we're not going to use spudder dog because spudder dog, it's at the moment we don't have a lot. We have just this cultivation of aquatic food, and it's not even close to what we need for our population already. What we could do, we could dedicate part of agriculture to just do potato and use potato and water. I was thinking, we got this part in here, which has tons of carrots. What if we are removing all of these carrots and we are starting to plant potato in here? And the reason why I would like to plant potato is that if we do plant potato, we can use this entire part just to dedicate it to refinery. Now, the problem... Oh, I can see that they even finished this part in here. Let's start to get some of this cleaned up because we don't need it. And the problem, as I was saying, that I can see in here is that if I produce the potato in here, where am I supposed to produce the bot? Because the bot are gonna require electricity for that, which means that they're gonna require an active source of, electricity. Now, I could potentially kind of use it in here. Probably this was for plank, since these are so close. I could use potentially this little contraption in here for for powering up some of our electronics, but we are very close to whatever is the supply and demand matching, on all of this part. So I was thinking, it's probably time for us to extend our dam in here and make sure that everything What's happening in here? Why this one is not pushing water? Oh, I know why. Because it's bad water, isn't it? Why is it bad water though? This doesn't make sense. Okay, let me sort this out 1 second. Alright, so we almost lost our reservoir of water and I was not paying attention to it. But I'm very happy that I did have a look at it, because what's happening in here is that I create this little seal contraption where it seals with the water inside of it. Now, the problem is that whenever there is bad water, the entirety of the bad water, it fills on 2 levels. So it's going to be filled in here and in here. And before you actually flush out that bad water, it does create this kind of like little extra splurge of bad water that's happening. Now, a fix would be flushing it out somehow. But what I would like to do is that I just want to take this water from here, push it straight in on this side of the mountain, and then fill up this little puddle, and this little puddle push all the water in here so that we can have again a flow. And this flow is gonna be there for the overflow, and from the overflow in here. Now, how are we gonna do it? Well, I'm gonna have to come up with a design, so I might just work a little bit on it for a few minutes, and then I'm kind of like gonna show how this looks like, and we'll take it from there. Alright, so I kind of like come up with this little overhang aqueduct where it use a 6 platform forward and then 4 across the border. So 4 platform, 4 overhang on top, and that should allow our beaver friends to construct one at a time from the top. So once this is builded, they're gonna go forward and whatnot. In the meantime, a bad tide warning approached came out, so we are now waiting for the bad water as well to come around. Now, this should be somewhat easy to do. We're gonna be able to reclaim some of this terrain underneath it, but for that I might need to just start with this 2 part here. And as far as I can tell, nothing is gonna happen on this side, because the bad water is gonna be flushed out, maybe, I wanna say. If not, I'll just dig down on this side and create some sort of outlet valve that just let bad water flow back out from the map, so that we can keep this side of the canal completely clean. Now let's continue this, and I thought maybe it was a good idea to see and show how I usually do the thinking. So I think that everything that's been placed on these overhang, despite this being a lot of material, so it's a lot of metal blocks and a lot of plank and a lot of log, I prefer it because the part which is in contact with the floor, it's the hardest part to come around. So other than you planting it the ground, it's hard to have ground everywhere on the map. So that's why I'm always trying to just have one overhang instead of many platform, and just the 4 overhang on top of the platform. It's just a lot of less wood, but definitely metal, more metal block. So that's one of the reasoning for me to kind of like choose this design. I am happy to kind of like show and guide people to see if they want to kind of like go through the process, but sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's just me planting the same 3 platform over and over, just because, okay, does this feel good? No, it doesn't feel good, so I move it away. I choose a 2 or a 3, and then I ended up like redo everything from scratch again. So yeah. Okay, so let's recap on what's missing in here. Once this aqueduct is done, we're gonna have to kind of like understand where we want this water to go. We have a pathway at the moment in here, which gonna be needed to be substituted with some bridge and overhang, so for our beaver to go back and forward. And after that, we need to close this little pool this little pool of water, which is probably gonna withhold a little bit of water and give a little bit of greenery to this scenario as well in here. So hopefully we are on the right track for us to have back our green land. Now let's see, this is the last bits of the dam that needed to be used for aqueduct purpose. And I think that the last way is just then plant the sides all around. Now, I have a lot of space in here. Let me remove this grid because it's starting to be annoying. I have a lot of these terrain in here, which honestly I don't know what to do with it. So eventually I might just bring it down to the ground and use it for something else. What is that something else? I don't know just yet, but I just don't like it that it's a lot of terrain unused. But it's not gonna be now. At the moment we're just gonna focus on building our aqueduct and building our irrigation system, because technically this is just extra irrigation systems that is later gonna fuel this canal. And once this canal has water going on, we are going to be able to have machinery on the side of this canal, and we're not. So that's going to be definitely something that we need to look after. But for now, I would love to kind of like get the measurement for what we need to do. So I want to say that I don't want it straight like this, maybe a little bit higher. But if I put it higher, then I'm kind of like confine all of this machinery on the other side of the canal. And if I want this canal to bring water and power, because obviously once the water is going on, we can have water wheel in here and let them go all around, so recover some of that electricity. So let's see if we go like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this, oh, bad tide started. We're fine with that. I guess that if I keep a straight line, I can later take advantage of the concept of having a water wheel in here. Now, is this the best design? I'm not 100% sure, but it is definitely the fastest way for us to have some extra electricity in here coming around. And maybe, who knows, we can connect these electricity pipeline to our new water wheel and let fuel most of that water, let fuel with that water that we have all of our necessity power wise, so all of the bot section and everything. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe we can build it up here, because now we're gonna have some of this. And the refinery, which as far as I can remember, they do need power to function as well. Maybe they don't. I don't see. Yep, I don't see the electricity mark, so the refinery doesn't need power. So I could potentially have the refinery maybe in here, in this area, that right now you see it's empty. But if I put a potato storage up here and a couple of refinery, they're gonna producing potato kilometer 0, so it's gonna be easier to just maybe with the stairs or something to go in here and produce them in the refinery. You know what? I like that plan. I like that plan quite a lot. So one thing that definitely we need to do is create maybe a path in here. And the reason why is that they gonna try and build this construction from back to forward and forward to back, so both sides. Hopefully that's gonna give us a little bit of edge on the next season. I doubt that we're gonna be able to finish everything in 4 days. Big things is we have 41 unemployed beaver. I mean, like, I did build some extra hauling post. It's just that our lake in here, lakeside view, it's such a good construction that our population almost doubled. We have 265 adults and 20 more children coming our way. So very soon we're gonna be short in bed, which, you know what, it's a good news, because it means that we can extend our luxury home. Also, we probably are ready, almost ready at least, for these. So this is my attempt to get all the water pushed out of this canal and let it go somewhere else and keep this lake, well, clean, I would assume. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard things to do, because after we close this canal, we are gonna need to withhold at least one level of water on this side. So yeah, we got tons of things to do. While they're placing all the explosive in here, I'll let them work. I don't want to explode it. I don't want to do nothing specific. It is too far from a district. Oh, all right. Well, it's not going to be far from very long, but we can definitely fix that. That should do it. I don't know what I was thinking. Is why I didn't went around. I don't know, but it's fine. They're doing the things, they're doing the stuff. We are gonna go and get things in our hands. So first thing first, this carrot, we are full of carrots. So for now, what we want is that we want to cleanse everything. We don't need this carrot no more. Not at the moment anyway. We are gonna let them clean. Once it's done, we're gonna start to plant potato. They are definitely working on this aqueduct. Slowly but surely, everything is coming to place. Do we have problem with plank? Yes, we do. Because they are not producing enough plank. I don't know why. I would love to have an explanation for this, because they have electricity, they have the plank, but everything is stopped. And it's working hours. Maybe they are too far away, so that could be a problem as well. Hopefully, once we're gonna have robot going on, we can get the industry in here start and running without extra difficulty. I think that we can safely restart these two building, and well, we are providing less than what we are actually using, so I guess that's why this was paused. And honestly, extract, do we have extract? We do have extract. We are not using it at the moment, so I just keep it in pause for a little while. Also, this observatory, guys, come on, what's happening with the gears? Well, there's no electricity for the gears, and we are producing them only in here, which is a problem. It's kind of like a bummer, but we really want to start take care of our production, especially because we got so much water in here. Maybe we should start to do some water pump or something to power them up, or I'll say not too much out loud, start to play some windmill, like a wind farm, where all the wind get, you know, grabbed and get stored into gravity battery. So that's an idea, that's a potential idea. And with that little piece there, our construction of our placing of dynamite, it improved greatly. Now do I want to start and stop the flow, or should I wait for everything? Yeah, I mean, like, I need to wait for everything, otherwise it's gonna flow, it's gonna flood somewhere else. But yeah, I think this should be enough, and they are doing an amazing job. I think that's because we have a tons of people which are like unemployed. So let's see if we can start to allocate more resources to, well, everywhere, I guess. So the building and the farmhouse, well, this one I can double. This is 333, so it's correct. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything differently at the moment, which is very annoying. But this is gonna help us kind of like define, the next step are gonna help us define where the production is and where do we want it and whatnot. So this is definitely something that needs to happen ASAP, I guess. Okay, so I could dig a trench in here and let this water, once it comes from the canal in here, let it out and do the corner, and from the corner go in here. Now, why I will do that? I'm happy you ask. It's because we really want to have in here a way for us to block the water in here and split it, so it goes left and right. Now, I don't know how much water is gonna be, but having water on this side of the map, it's gonna improve definitely our greenery. And the whole point is that we want to conquer the map, right? We want to get the best out of it. And in here, now that I can see, it's probably worth not only to block it and lift the flow up in here, but probably get it down to one level, so explode all of this part. So that's definitely something that needs to happen sooner than later. Now I'm wondering, should I explode this map in here, or should I just create some sort of side canal on this part? So create some sort of let's try and place some leave it down so that we can actually see it. So what I was referring to is that maybe we can have, let's see, that's it's a little bit too much for my taste, but maybe we can have something like this, and this is gonna be our reservoir, vertical reservoir of water. Yeah, I think that it could work. That's gonna be a lot of wood, but wood is the only thing that at the moment we have in abundance. So I'm thinking that maybe we want to just have something like this. It goes on this side, and it's connected to the main road. Actually, it's going straight and there, and this on top is just gonna have a couple of platforms like so. And once this is done, I'm gonna be able to remove this road in here and close this dam, the entirety of this dam. Where are they gonna walk to arrive on this side? That's a great question. I think that possibly it's gonna be from the front. It's got to be from the front because there is just too much road otherwise in between, and I don't feel like that's worth the hassle for them to, instead of just going from the front and reaching in here, they're gonna go from the other side and kind of like skip this entire canal. Yeah, definitely not worth it. So let me place some stairs and build some connection. So we want these to kind of like connect there, and make sure that now everything is connected at that high. This is gonna be our potato and refinery production. We're probably gonna have some storage in the back as well. Hopefully we're gonna try to exploit this area in here. But this it's gonna be in the process. This entire canal is, well, in the process as well, I guess. Everything is in the process at the moment. Now, if I build one up from here and I let this canal kind of like fill, so I create a wall on the left side, that's gonna be a lot of terrain wasted. So I'm not yet sold for this design. Maybe I can just fill up a little bit and create a sort of better L shape than whatever I have right now. But yeah, for now we're gonna keep it. Once we arrive to the point that we don't have empty space on the map and we need to kind of like lift everything more up and whatever, we're gonna think about it. For now it's fine. So I'll let it run a little bit, I'll let it finish this construction, and then I'll be back. I am very happy to see that part of this aqueduct is already done, or at least this area. It's almost completed. Well, surprisingly, not surprisingly, this aqueduct in here is going to require a little bit more time for a few reasons. One of those is that we do not have a connection at this point on top of these, and that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to do. But secondly, we are going to have to kind of like wait until plank are produced. At the moment, for whatever reason, these 3 lumber mill are not producing nearly enough. And yeah, one of the reasons is that first they need to, the beavers that work in here, they need to go all across the map, which is probably one of the reasons why it's taking so long to arrive in here. Which brings me probably to my next thing, is that I am very happy. I've seen some picture about update 7, as I said last time, and one of the things is gonna be like the fast transportation, some sort of like tube, as in underground. And yeah, that's gonna highly increase the productivity in our district, because we're gonna be able to create some station. Beavers are gonna be able to travel faster from one end to another of the map, and yeah, that's absolutely great news. Now, I suppose that we have placed all the explosive on this side, so I'm gonna go and give us some like good shot looking it from this side. And yeah, I think that this is probably one of the reasons why I like this game, is that the terraforming mechanism, it's absolutely beautiful. Let's start from the center, I guess, and see this beautiful transition. Honestly, the entire process in here is like so smooth, and the map process, the map creation on the editor also is like, I tested it a little bit. I was trying to think of you know, if I was to do some sort of tutorial on how I do things or why I do things sometimes more than how hard would it be to prove that some mechanism work better than other. And the map editor was one of the reason why I think that, you know, I can explain mathematically sometimes how the water work, but that was hard to pronounce. The water work, and yeah, why I'd choose some design more than others and whatnot. So yeah, let me know in the comment, maybe you're interested in hearing other people you know, process and thoughts on why and how we do these and whatnot. So I'll be happy to kind of like chip in and give my 2 cents about it. All right, so let's this be hopefully the last time that we have our lake filled with bad water, because from now on we should have only good water coming out from both ends. So from this side, and very soon we're gonna have it from this side as well, which is great. It's absolutely good news. Let's see, we can probably in meantime start to plant some potato, and this is gonna help us in the production of, well, fuel, refinery and whatnot. So that's definitely something that we need. Do we need this road in the middle? That's a lot of potato lost. But if I extend on that side, then I'm not gonna have access. I'm gonna have access only from here. So I'll leave it for now. I'll leave it as it is. And one thing that I want to do is that I want to terraform this canal in here. I want to make it smaller so that we have just 2 sides, but I want to make it straight. Now, what would it be the middle lane? I don't know. That's a great question. But because here we have 1 step and here we have another one, maybe, and I just say maybe, we could potentially get it aligned on this side and then get this reclaimed by as a being straight land. And yeah, everything else gonna need to be refilled, I guess. And I don't know, is this gonna be too much? Probably it's gonna be, but I'm gonna do it slowly. Honestly, nobody's chasing us. We do have quite a little bit of dirt at the moment, so we're not afraid of doing this kind of like terraforming kind of like plan. I might, does this reach the border? I might extend this area, and to be fair, these 3 are not needed anymore. And one of the reasons they are not needed anymore is that because we don't have any more bad water coming down. So I might just rework this area at some point. Now, while this is happening and everything is getting cleared out, and as you can see, our little contraption already start to work. Well, obviously in here it's gonna be needed to clear out and dry this bad water, but it is working, and we have a flow of water that we can exploit for electricity. Already it's a big news, it's great news. So most of water coming down in here as well. We might just create some sort of canal on this side as well. I don't know. We do have a lot of space at the moment that we are not using, so I'll stop with the plan. I'll just start to use what we can. But one thing that we 100% need to do is that we only need to create some sort of dam in here. And this is a great way for me to do it. It's just placing a dam in the, well, I mean, like the smallest part. There we go. How are we going to reach this dam? Well, that's a great question. I'm happy you ask. Because at the moment we have this platform in here, we can 100% create a little bit of a staircase and make it happen like so. Now, why this is important? It's because I think that this area can be used for planting aquatic crops, so cattails and spider ducks. And it's a big area. It's gonna be filled with water. It's great terrain for doing the things that we need to do. So that's the only reason why. But yeah, we are gonna start with just starting to draw some path on the floor. Maybe these are not gonna be, these are just gonna be temporary, but we will see. Let's try and give a little bit of extra priority to these dam in here, so that a little bit of water can be contained, and we can start to finally use our Lido. So our beaver can start to extinguish an extra need. I'm looking, this is going very slow, but it's going. So I'll leave it to it. I don't want to touch it too much. I don't want to mess too much with this construction because this is just the beginning. This is just the first part. I got a big plan for this overhang storage facility. I was like, where are all my gears going? This is crazy. And well, it turns out they're all going into this bedwater rig. Honestly, was this a good investment? I'm not super sure. But, well, now we're here and it's just like 2 gears away from being finished gear-wise. And then we gotta have a lot of treated plank, which it's gonna be a problem because we are already short in plank. So, since we are in a drought, I think this is the perfect moment for us to create the bedwater valve outlet, because as it is right now, all the bad water is just gonna stagnate there. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna, well, for sure prioritize these 2 stairs in here so that we can actually reach that part. But I'm gonna go and explode these just 2 sides in here, and I'm gonna have a valve outside from this side, and then I'm just gonna cover on top of the valve with 2 overhang in impermeable floor. So that should allow me to, well, get rid of the bad water once we have too much bad water in here, because of that little problem of the bad water, my reservoir of water is now empty. And these pump in here are pumping, but as you can see, it just went dry. So it's kind of like a problem now. It's becoming quite prominent problem, to be fair. And I really want to fix it before it gets too hard to fix. I also start to do the cleanup of this side. As you can see, most of the canal has been uniformed to the actual surface. I might leave just the border as a walkable, and well, obviously move these as well. We do have a tons of water on this side because this little dam is doing a great job, and also our well-being, it's quite high, and we are starting to see some benefit from the Lido. There we go. Not a lot, but well, hey, better than nothing. So one big thing is that this is gonna try and kill all my wood. Wood, we have it. We have a tons of it, so not really a problem. But the problem will come up once this reservoir need to be refilled. So I hope that we're gonna pass this drought and reach the point that we can restore all the water. And well, 6 days is a long time for us. So I hope that you know what I was thinking, that because now we redirect all the water from here into this canal, probably we can get rid of these and get a little getaway of water up here, like just destroy a couple of these. And I mean, like, it's not gonna do much, isn't it? Because the water is still gonna spill. Once it's in a drought, we're not gonna have any type of water there. So I might have to create some sort of leakage from here. Not leakage, but some mechanism where I can open and close so that I can have more water coming on this side, because these water pump are the one that provide the actual water for my colony. So if this canal runs dry, the entire colony does not have water, because at the moment this one is dead. So this is gonna be probably like safe. Let's see if I can create something that just gonna prevent. How are they gonna reach it? I think that the fastest way for anyone to reach it, it's gonna be from here. So this here, it's gonna be the way that they're gonna reach it. Let's place stairs, and let's say these need to happen yesterday. That's how much priority this is now. Well, obviously, let's give a high priority to these, create a path so they can reach it, and boom. Now, once this is done, I'm gonna be able to remove 1 or 2 column of the dam. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place a couple of levee at the bottom. Oh, sorry, not levee, but I'm gonna place a couple of sluice at the bottom. Then I'm gonna open in the eventuality that, you know, we are without water on this side. Because honestly, I don't care if I can even destroy the column just so that we have water on this other side. But the important part is that we are always with at least some water in our pipe, because at the moment this is dry. We don't have no water whatsoever. So, and there's still 5 days to go. We're actually running quite low. Yeah, I see that coming by miles away. Okay, so I don't know if I should give it. I give it 2 days, 2 more days, and worst case scenario, I'm just gonna destroy one column and let it flood so that we can at least recover some water from this 3 water pump, which definitely I'm not gonna fill everything, but it's better than having no water whatsoever. Ooh, this is a problem. You know what? I just realized that I can't have a sluice pushing bad water from the border, which is very annoying. But I bet that if I place the sluice in here, pushing forward like right and then down, that's gonna definitely work. But I don't have to destroy this column for that. Yeah, everything else is gonna need me to destroy way more than we currently have. That's problematic. Yeah, let me just remove this and place 3 dynamite, well, 1 in here and 1 in here. What I need is that I need to make sure that I don't destroy this corner, and I have space for placing dynamite there. So yeah, I'll let it run. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully we're gonna fix the water problem. We are at 600. Yeah, water is going down like too fast for my taste. Maybe I should try and get some water pump in here, since now this is good source of water. A small water pump against a large one, it's gonna be, yeah, way easier to build, and that should just be, it's temporary anyway. We're not gonna be using these forever. I'm gonna pause it and try and find a better solution, but for now that's what we have and that's what we need to work with. So let's give this super high priority. Yeah, this plank situation, it's very problematic. I don't know how many, I mean, like I have 4 lumber mill, and obviously this one is not working, so they're not going to be able to produce plank, which is quite problematic. We are in a drought, so drought means no water, and no water means no electricity. This is why we need to start and build some windmill, because that's going to be the only thing that it's going to allow us to, you know, move forward with production. Also, I realized that we finished this area. We kind of like fit in everything. I might just need to destroy this part in here, because honestly we can recover a little bit of material that at the moment we do need. Hopefully they're gonna be able to recover this material. And yeah, we got tons of beaver that are doing nothing, so we have like a little army of beaver going and grabbing everything because we need them somewhere else. I am thinking of flooding this area, but it's a good flood. I mean, like, it's a little bit of an euphemism, a good flood, but what does that mean? Is mean that it's gonna be able to flood this area and leave it wet instead of not leaving dry. But it's just 3 days, so if I can hold it a little bit longer. Also, I don't understand what's happening in here. Why? How much is producing? So it's producing 1 every 30 minutes or half an hour, which means that for 18 hours producing just 9 drop of water. Yeah, this is definitely not enough compared to what we need. These need to happen. Like, what about in here? What's going on with these stairs? We did definitely recover some plank. So I decided that I'm not gonna just destroy everything. I'm just gonna destroy this little notch in here. That's gonna be enough for us to have some water but not lose all the water in there. So I don't really care that it goes this way. I mean, I'm sad about it because That's good water that we could use for other things, and it's gonna require a little bit of time before we actually get it that way working and that way refilled. But the colony was kind of like, yeah, dry. dry, and we have 0 water at the moment, and we still have 2 days to go. So hopefully this is gonna give us a little bit of an edge against the drought. And this is the first time that we have trouble since ever. The reason is we doubled down our population, and yeah, this damn contraption in here that kind of like ruined my score without incident. Like it was doing all good, it was all fun and dandy, and then this little contraption that just blocked the bad water in here, it blocks it, but it blocks it forever, so you need to flush it out at the end. So we are gonna have to wait 2 days and see what happens, because at the moment we don't have power, and because we don't have power, we cannot create anything. I mean, I could place some beavers into the electric machine and whatnot so that they can power this building, but yeah, we're gonna still need plank to create the wheels and whatnot, so not worth it. Definitely this area, it's a great starting point for us for creating probably a little bit of wind farm in here as well, which yeah, you guessed it, is gonna require more material also. So yeah, that's that. Let's put a little stairs in here and another one in here so that our beaver friend are gonna be able to reach the destination and clear up this area. Now, we planted potato, everything is dead. This would have not happened if the reservoir was entire, like it was full, but unfortunately I missed it for a couple of cycles, and then it happened again while I was not looking, and yeah, accident happened. I guess I'll see you in 1 day, see where we are. Hopefully we still have the entirety of the colony, or at least half of it. And the drought ended. I mean, like, it's good news, but now the hard part. We are gonna go and have to make sure that our beaver friends are actually have waters, because at the moment, yeah, not good. We don't have much of it. Actually, none. If you consider that all these beaver are gonna go and have a sip of water, we're gonna get run out very fast. But the good news is that as soon as these reservoirs start to fill in, these 2 canals are the first 2 that actually receive water. So that's good news. That's something. And very soon this is gonna be green again. Well, good news is that we finally have back our water pump, the large water pump, which are the one that produce the most water. And hopefully we're gonna have a couple of reservoir water completed. I want to say very soon, but yeah, the gear situation is not ideal. One of the reasons is that this was kind of like frozen in time until the gear shop don't start to produce more. Yeah, it's gonna be a hard time to finish everything that require gears. Same for plank. So yeah, we need to or increase our production, or just start to divide this district with another district, because probably they need to travel a lot. Like, they spend hours of their time just going back and forwards, which they could kind of like, you know, use for working. Anyway, the good news is that with electricity we have production restarting, and production means that they are producing plank again. Now, as I'm looking at these and I was like, I don't know, this doesn't look like it's updating in real time. Maybe that 1.3 hour, it's gonna be like, it sounds like more than that. So if this is 16 and this is 18, we should potentially produce, I want to say, at least 1 plank, but it doesn't seem the case. Venma is, yeah, you see, that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't even reach the lumber mill, and that it's already ready to go home, because it just takes so long to arrive in here. Yeah, this is why we need to move to bots, because yeah, bots don't care. Bots just gonna produce and, you know, do stuff and do things and all the awesome stuff. So how do we do that? We unlocked the building for it, but we need to start to produce the parts for both. So it's I think that they require these, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, but it's like yeah, it requires like 4 arm, which I guess it's like arm and legs, 1 torso and 1 face. And if you look at these, to produce 1 arm, it's a decent amount of time. It's like 9, and to produce 4, it's like 18. So potentially all of these, they can produce a whole robot in 1 day, so less than a day. But if we are using 8 hours of work on the clock, all around the clock, and these require 18, 18, 18, with 3 bot part factory, we should be able to produce 1 bot per day. So it's gonna require a whooping 450 horsepower or beaver power. Now, where we're gonna place these, I don't know yet. But I know that I have access to electricity in here. So what I may be able to do is that place the building in here, like so, maybe. Just need probably a little terrain block on this side. That should do it. And let's get the last part. So if I delete this, what I can do is that I am able to explode. What is it, 1 or 2? Yeah, 1. I can explode 1 connection in here and connect these going upward, and then put the factory on top of it. So because I have access to this electricity, I can improve my, access. And I think that I'm gonna put more wheel in here once it's done, and later connect all this wheel to this network, so that I can kind of like transport all this electricity everywhere I need for this industrial area that we are building. Slowly, but yeah, we are building it. Let's see, let's create a path obviously to reach it, and let's give super duper priority to this explosive, because once it's placed, we're gonna be able to kind of like start to create part. What does this do? Well, yeah, gears, metal block, yeah, we have a long way before we actually have a full-blown bot factory, but I'm happy for now. And yeah, let's see, did anything, like, yeah, we do have plank, but we are still in deep water at the moment, so not expecting it to work much. Oh, it's like I'm not expecting to proceed a lot. But today, in today's episode, we did the tons. We did the conversion canal in here that redirect the water. We dam up the lake, which is something that we wanted to do. This has been quite easy to do. We started the restructuring of this canal so that we can put extra water wheel in here. And once these water wheel are done and our reservoir is back to normal, hopefully with this little system, we are gonna be able to, catch up on all that water and everything. We are gonna be able to restart production and have all the water coming through and have an awesome, wonderful time. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap for today's episode. So thank you for joining me in our journey of engineering the mega colony in Timberborn. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did playing, and be sure to subscribe for more episodes, and do drop a comment below. Let me know what you like to see next. Thanks for watching. Bye.